welcome to Other's Treasures. We are doing the Naomi house video today. And here is my Christmas ornament. And the story behind this is that my daughter used to intern at Disney World. And for those of you who don't know, Disney World is in Florida. And I had never, ever had any desire to go there until she started working there. So her 6-month internship, I think, lasted 2 years. So I ended up going, I think, 4 or 5 times with various family and friends. And we had an awesome time while we were there. So she took us to, my daughter took us to the, it's like a shop just for employees. And they had this there. So I bought it. And I put it on my tree every year. And I thought, you know what? This needs to be made into a floor lamp. But it doesn't, it's just kind of wobbly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a framework for the base. And here's the pole that it will go right down inside if I can drill a hole in it. Which brings me to my next thing. We had one of my good YouTuber friends, JS Creations Art Sanity. She loved one of my pendants that I did in one of the videos, so we decided to do a swap. And so I told her that I would love to have one of the pens that she made with these cute little 4-leaf clovers. Isn't that adorable? I just love it. And I've already used it, so I had to pull that little nib off. But she didn't only just send me one pen, she sent me 2. And this one is like, how? She shouldn't have done that, but this is so cute. I have to show you this one as well. She put my name on it, Heather. I don't know if you can actually read it, but it is so cute. So, thank you, Jennifer, from JS Creations Art Sanity. So if you guys have never seen her channel, you should go over and visit and tell her I said hi. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to roughly try to draw out a frame. And we can, clean it up after we get it at least traced. But I want this to be stable. So I'm just tracing around here. And we'll cut this out. Love this pen. Okay, let's see how that fits. I guess that's pretty good. And I think 2 will be enough. So I'm using my reptile glue. Just spreading some on here. Don't think I've ever seen a video where anybody has made a floor lamp out of a tree ornament before. Let's get that as even as possible. Alright, so now I'm going to get my fingers all dirty. If I was smart, I'd have a finger cot up here so I could just put one of those on, but I don't. There we go. A poop emoji. Okay, I'm going to let that sit aside to dry. Clean off my hands a little bit here. So now Just trying to figure out the best place. Looks like I'm going to have to go right in through his ear. Right there. Here comes the scary part. Hopefully I don't ruin this. I'm just going to drill a hole first, and then I'll have to go back and get a bigger one. Okay, this is not even making a dent. Okay, I got my Dremel out because I can't find my chuck. So, for the sake of time and making sure that I get this video done before we leave on Monday for our trip to Indiana, I just grabbed my Dremel and I put a diamond bit on it. It's a real thin one. And I'm going to turn it up to about 6. So I'll turn the volume down on this part. And see, I already started it and it got it going, so. Okay, we're through. Now we need to test our thing. I know that the hole's too small, but we need to remove some of the hat. So we'll start working on that now. Well, I got it in there. Now what I need to do is figure out the best position for it to be straight up and down. And then I will super glue that in, and then we'll fill that in with something. Let's go ahead and paint some of this. Let's see. The Mickey Mouse stands 1, 2, 3, about 3.5 inches. So I need to go probably 6 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll paint it up to about here. So I'll just draw myself a line. This is a tester's paint. It's for model cars. We'll let this dry. Let this dry, and I will clean my brush and I will go searching for something to fill in the gaps, and we will be back. Okay, I've let this dry for a day, and we're just going to sand down the rough edges. Find out where we need to fix. Okay, I think that will do. So now we'll let that dry. Clean up this mess here. And then we'll paint this. Well, we'll finish sanding that last bit off, and we'll paint. And I'll tell you what we're going to use. I have Deco Art, and Folk Art. Yellow ochre, burnt sienna, and honey brown. You need 3 colors. Kind of a light, medium, and a dark in the tone of the wood that you want. I'm going for a warm look. So that's what I'm going to be using. That and just a little bit of water. Okay, well that's drying. I thought I would try to get this post in here, and I think I've got it right exactly where I want it. So it's time for some super glue. Okay, that should be good. So let's finish this. Okay, we're going to start with the mid-tone here. And to be really honest with you, this is so small, you don't need to do a whole lot. You just want to create the illusion, because the eye will trick you into thinking that it's really wood. Okay, we'll let that dry now. My painting is done. This is freezer paper, by the way. It is shiny side up. So it makes it a little easier on your projects to be able to move them around. It doesn't like to stick to freezer paper with the shiny side up, but sometimes it does. It's no big deal. All right, so you're wondering what this is. This is calcium carbonate, aka sidewalk chalk. This is Elmer's glue. And all we're going to do, we're going to turn it into like a plaster of Paris. But if you have calcium carbonate, because you make your own gesso, you can use that as well if you don't have sidewalk chalk. I'm just mixing this in. If there's a chunk of it, I'm just crushing it with the side, with the end, the blunt side of my tool. All right, so now let's put this right in there. This might be a little too wet. We'll find out. You could, if you have epoxy sculpt, and I do have that. That would work as well. He's got goop behind his ear. You know, we just need to clean off this pole. Okay, I took my X-Acto knife and I scraped off as much as I could to get that smooth. And I tried getting in there with a file and that didn't work. So I went to look for my epoxy sculpt and I couldn't find it. But I did find this air dry clay from DOS. So I'm going to just grab a little bit. This is way too much. And we're just going to try to blend this in. Just give it a rough push in there for now. And now I've got some silicone tip paint brushes. So I'm just going to dip it in water here. Now, if I could have drilled a hole right through the top of the center of his head, it would have been better. But if you see, if I would have drilled right through the center of his head, it's not centered in the piece. So that's why I have to do all this repair. Otherwise, there would be no repair. Okay, so while that's drying on top there, we'll do some super glue. Okay, so now I want to super glue the light. I wanted to do it this way, but as you can see, the battery hits the connector this way, so it kind of wants to flicker. So if I just do this, and I super glue that right there, that should be all right. So I'll set that right there. And we need some square wire, so we've got some here. I'm going to just wrap this around, just like that. Pull this rubber tip off so I can pull this off. All right, so now I've got a somewhat circle. So now I'm basically making a jump ring. So for the lampshade, I will just take some translucent polymer clay and I will build the frame. I'll make that after I figure out how big around I want it at the top, how long, and how big around I want it at the bottom. So I will go measure one of my lampshades and calculate that down to a 1/12 scale. But he's looking pretty good so far. What do you think, guys? Get that clay off that. There we go. Okay, so once I get all that done, I will come back and I'll show you how to make the frame. I won't show you how to do the polymer clay, because that's just basically, you know, I will show you the pattern that I used to cut it out. Okay, here's my template. I had a flange here and I just cut it at an angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this up like this. I love my cats. So here is my lampshade. That will go right about there. So now I'm going to, okay, so 9. So I'm going to wrap this around 8. Because it will spring back on me. All right. So now I'm going to make another jump ring. Like that. So I'm going to trim off this end so that it's nice and flush. And I'm going to bend it out about there. Bend that out. I don't know how long these are going to be yet, so I'm just going to cut a couple more. Okay, I got some buttermilk here. Just a little bit. It's close. Okay, that's one coat. We'll let that dry. After I get that done, I will use a couple coats of gloss glaze. What's it looking like so far, guys? What do you think? Now, I know that this doesn't fit anymore. I don't know why. I didn't measure it right, I guess. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so we'll be back when I'm ready to put the gloss glaze on and glue on the lampshade. Lampshade here. We're going to do a little super glue. Alright, so now we're going to do our gloss glaze. Looking cute, guys. Okay, let's see how this lampshade goes down. I don't want to force too badly. It's a little small. Okay. Look at that. That's looking pretty good. All right, let's go downstairs and put him in the study. Are you ready, guys? Here comes the lamp. Oh, I just knocked over my... I'm going to put that over here. I can't see it in the camera. Let's turn it on. How's that? That is so cute. I love that. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I sure enjoyed it. It was a bit of a learning struggle. Learning curve, struggle, whatever you want to call it. There we go. I like it. There's your floor lamp, Dad. So now this little item can be a memory of when Naomi's mama worked at Disney World. I like it. I'm really stoked. Turned out good. It's a little Christmassy, I know, but I don't care. I like it. So if you guys like it too, give me a like in the for the video. Share this with your friends, and if you wouldn't mind, if you're going shopping, use one of my Amazon affiliate links. I would really appreciate that. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me just a small bit, and it helps promote my channel, or it helps my channel so that I can continue creating videos for you guys. And we will see you next time. Love you. Bye bye.